What's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with another video. We did a separate video for Game of Thrones, so if you missed that, please go check that video out. If you're watching us for the first time, please subscribe to our channel. To everyone watching, please click the like button, which is the thumbs up button, and share this video to Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, or wherever you choose to share our videos, or even tag me in a post so I can repost it to my timeline. Let me just say that this weekend was, this past weekend was Philly Black Pride weekend, and I enjoyed myself. I had a really good time, and I want to give a shout out to my friend Daniel, who came up from New Orleans. He surprised me again this year, because on that Friday I didn't plan on going out. I was like, I'd rather do my partying on Saturday and maybe go to a day party on Sunday. But he called me and let me know that he was in town, and at first I thought he was lying, but then he started talking about all this rain, and then he started talking about Chickies and Pete's food, and I was like, okay, now I know he's not lying. And just had a really great weekend, and I seen a lot of people, people I haven't seen in years, and it was good to see everybody. I only saw one fight the whole weekend. It was just a really great weekend, and there was plenty of places where you can go to go have a good time. And I just want to give a shout out to the directors at Philly Black Gay Pride, because this was a really fun weekend. I enjoyed myself. And what else did I want to say? Now y'all know, I just told Mikkel, the number one question I heard besides my mom is, where's Mikkel? Y'all know Mikkel. It's not coming out. Maybe one day I'll get him to come to a day party. Where's this day? The day party I went to was at, it was so much fun. It was at the Belmont Mansion.
Oh, that's where my cousin left for his prom.
Yeah, it was at the Belmont Mansion. It was fun.
You can see the city.
Yeah. Oh, I've never seen a city like that from there.
Beautiful.
Oh my God! And it's not too far from. It's like right in the middle of everything.
I go. That's the way I take to go to church. To the
yeah. I've never been there. It was really, really nice. And you know, they had the open bar. They had like a little rum punch and stuff like that.
Yeah, my cousin.
You didn't have to spend no money.
Because he left there from prom.
One thing I didn't do is spend money, because it was like the drinks was free. And I want to give a shout out to the firm. Shout out to the firm, because you know they. Oh, maybe. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure, but I was not getting up. I was not getting up. I said, so I just, my Friday, it was just that, if y'all see me sleeping, I apologize.
What?
Yeah, they, I was like this.
You was that tired? On Friday or Saturday?
Friday night. I was tired, because I didn't make plans to go out. Go out. So I'm just like, oh my God. And then,
you're so tired, God.
Yeah, so then Saturday at the day party was the day party. I went to the day party, and then I had to go right back out to go to the fern party. And the fern party had to be over at 6 o'clock, because I left there like 4:30, and they were still partying. And I seen Dustin, and I didn't really get a chance to speak to him like that, because I was looking for Daniel, who left early. But it was just a fun-ass weekend. And shout out to everybody who came to Philly for Pride weekend. And I hope to be in D.C. Not the whole weekend. I want to go to the D.C. party that Saturday at the Echo Stage, because it's always a good time. So I definitely want to go down and celebrate with them. But D.C., see, they got the advantage over us, because that Monday is an actual holiday, and which is Memorial Day, and they be having them big ass cookouts, and it'd be so much going on. But
what's the advantage that they have?
Because they have that extra Monday. Well, you know how some people go home on Sunday. You don't even got to go home on Monday. You can go home on Tuesday.
You mean the extra day?
Yeah.
Because the events are down there. Okay, I see what you're saying.
But it's always a good time. I've never had a bad time in D.C. Always had a good time.
I feel like D.C. started taking over
for Sizzle.
Yeah. And I feel like only young
$99 rooms instead of you. Oh my God, I spent money.
$99 for D.C. right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like now it's just a bunch of kids that go to Sizzle now.
I would say grown people.
But not people who.
Yeah.
It's like all the parties are in D.C. now.
Yes, they are. They definitely are in D.C.
Like it's like DC is now taking over. Nobody's not really. Sizzle was 8-9 years ago.
Yeah.
No, nobody's going there.
But I do want to go. I want to go to Sizzle one more time. Because this year will be the 10 when I went 10 years ago, my first time to Sizzle, and all I could do is go on my laptop and keep looking because I just knew I was going to have a great time. And I had a great time. Oh, that's when me and Brandon went. And we had them. That's when the YouTube hotel parties and all of that stuff started that I would do. And then it was just like F going to the club. We going to Scorpion Hotel Room, and I would go live on Block TV, and oh my God, I had the music pumping. All I just told people, come and make sure you bring a bottle, and that's what everybody did. Those were the days. Yeah, those were the days. So yeah, I just had a fun weekend. So I just wanted to give a shout out to everybody, because it was fun. It was a fun weekend, and yeah. So on to some not so fun stuff. You know, like 2 weeks ago, we saw that John Singleton was suffering from a stroke. And, you know, I was hoping that he would pull through. We really didn't hear too much, more information about it until this weekend that, you know, we found out he was in a medically induced coma. And they were saying that he was fighting. One family member said that he was not in a coma, while one other member said that he is in the coma. And I believe that was between John Singleton's mother and his daughter were giving conflicting reports.
Two people who should know what's going on.
Yeah, right? How about that?
There shouldn't even be any conflicting reports coming from those two, because it's his mom and his daughter. They both should be on the same page.
Yeah.
Now, I can see if they said his mom and a third cousin, but...
yeah, right. His mom knows that. And should know that.
And then his daughter, so they both should know what's going on.
Yeah, maybe it's... Listen, from what I'm seeing already, it's a fight. It's going to be a fight for his estate. Now, first things first, I don't care what's going on. If John Singleton has any children, which is the daughter, I believe, now unless he has a will, how can y'all all fight and contest? Y'all not his living survivor. She is. You might have gave birth to him, but you don't get the rights to that. Then they said that his estranged father is also trying to come back into the picture. Everybody, see, this is what happens when you die and you have money. And it's important to have a will. I don't know if he has a will, but it's important to have a will. So yeah, we found out today that some people were putting rest in peace posts. Then they were saying that he is still in the coma, but he's on life support. Then the family released a statement saying that they were taking him off life support. And maybe around 2 hours ago, we found out that he has passed on. But the legacy of John Singleton will live on forever. With movies like Boyz in the Hood, Poetic Justice, and Higher Learning. I didn't even know he directed Higher Learning.
Rosewood.
Yeah, Rosewood. Like, when I started seeing all the movies he produced and I saw, I was just like, oh my God. And I love these movies.
And became the youngest
African American for the Oscar.
Director for Oscar. And the first black person to be nominated for a directing Oscar.
Yeah. And
that part I didn't know. I didn't know he was the first black director to be nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, like Boyz in the Hood was that movie. First of all, it's a movie that came on TV all the time, or HBO, or Cinemax, whatever. I would watch it all the time. Like, you cannot be black and say that you've never seen that. That's a movie you can't be black and say you ain't seen. I loved Boyz in the Hood. And I'll never forget when Ricky got shot up and they dragged him in the house.
And they dragged him right in the house.
And blood everywhere. And his girlfriend went off. Oh,
yeah.
My God. I'll never forget that. Never forget that.
That's how that guy's girlfriend was that day when I...
You stop people messing with people. What'd she do to him?
Heard somebody yell that loud in my life. I mean, the yelling was so loud.
Oh! So yeah, but let me tell y'all something about Higher Learning. Higher Learning was one of those films that we will always watch too, because you know Tyra Banks was in it, and then like that's like one of the first movies I can remember seeing about racial tensions between whites and black people, besides the Black History stuff.
You know, that movie was loosely based on an incident that happened in the 60s. Well, not the movie, but that scene when he was up there in that school shooting those people.
In the bell tower?
Yeah, shooting those people. That happened in the 60s. I think it was down in Texas, where this guy went up in the tower of the school, a white guy, and but I don't think it was. I can't remember if it was a racial thing. It may have been, and he started shooting people from up there. I think it was in Texas, but I know it was in the '60s.
Yeah.
But yeah, and yeah, so yeah, but yeah, John Singleton.
Yeah.
That
and if I can
a
say,
legacy.
Yeah, and if I can say one more thing, there was this time Mikhail didn't know how to work this DVD, right?
What DVD?
The Rosewood.
Oh,
DVD.
oh yeah.
He didn't know how to work it. Man, I was like, bitch, you gotta flip the disc over.
Yeah.
Once I flipped the disc over, first of all, that's halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
We sat here and watched that whole, because I didn't want him to stop it, because from what I saw until the end, it was just amazing. And then I believe he let me hold that DVD, and I watched it. Rosewood is definitely a movie that did not get its flowers.
No, it did not.
It was an amazing film.
No, it did not. No, it did not. He didn't get his flowers. He didn't get his flowers for that film. I feel like Esther Roll, she didn't get her flowers for that film. I feel like, especially the part when she's killed, like that was such a dramatic scene.
Oh
like,
my God, yeah.
That movie didn't get its flowers at all. It didn't get its flowers.
Bang Rames too. Like it was a lot going on. I'm getting the same thing about that movie. But it was a good movie.
Yeah,
it was really, oh my God.
And not only did the movie not get its flowers, but that story doesn't really get told as much as other stories in history.
Because I've never learned about that until I
that's
watched
like
that movie.
And they don't even teach that story in school. I knew nothing about Rosewood until I went to the movies, go see it with my family when it came out 20-some years ago. But after that, and then after that, the internet wasn't big then, so it wasn't until later on when I really was able to research the story. But that situation doesn't get its recognition at all that happened down there. And I think most of the survivors are probably dead by now because that was like almost 100 years ago.
Yeah. But if y'all ever get a chance, y'all have to watch Rosewood. And of course, I know we've all seen Poetic Justice too. Oh my God. He
just has classic black film.
Yes. And he loved being black.
And it's crazy because when you think of those black films from back in the day, like those type of films, they're all his films. It's just him and Spike Lee. You know what I mean? It's their films. And they're classic films. All of them are classic.
Yeah. And
he really was doing his thing in the 90s. He really was.
Yeah. And you don't really hear his name as much. You might have seen that he might have directed an episode of a television show and stuff like that. But he was really doing his thing. And he was like even talking to campuses about how white Hollywood really wants to run black Hollywood without letting black people do their thing. And I think I was reading something where they didn't want him to direct Boyz n the Hood, but he ended up directing it anyway. Like, I can't remember the exact way it went, but he's like, oh no, I'm directing this. Y'all not getting this, I'm doing this.
He was only 24.
Yeah. That's impressive to be 24 and do that.
Can you? I don't even want to tell you where I was at when I was 24.
Yeah, I know what I was doing at 24.
24. I know what I was doing 24 hours ago. Literally 24 hours ago.
You better have been working.
No,
I seen you in front of my house yesterday.
Yeah, but
show me what you did.
That wasn't 24 hours ago.
Being a mess. Who name was at the top?
Don't worry about that.
I know that's right.
I ain't tell you, listen.
No. You what?
I said I'm too old for this.
Yes, you are. I'm pissed off.
I'm too old for this. As I was doing it, I'm like, am I really doing this? Because I'm too fucking old for this. I couldn't even I was trying to figure out, how do I even get over this game?
This is a shame. And then who might see you?
Yes!
The alley. And why are you back here? Rest in peace to John Singleton. Now, Kim Michelle.
This is a mess.
Yes.
But I have fun. I have fun. Let me tell you something. Years from now, I'm going to look back and say, baby.
I want to come in the front door.
Well, I did.
And come out the front door too. If you go up, if I walk up the elevator, I want to come down.
That was the plan until somebody came to.
See, this is a whole mess.
It's hot in here, Kevin.
Yeah. Oh, now it's hot. Yeah, you got hot.
I got hot about that situation. Yes.
You know, the bad thing is like when everybody know you about to take that walk of shame. You know?
I'd be
like, you get me.
Yeah,
I've seen that before.
I've taken plenty of walk of shame, but ain't nobody been around when I took them.
I will turn that video game on. You sit down. You be all right. I got this.
Yes.
They don't know. Shit.
And it was my idea too to do all that. And we're gonna say, "Dad, you really thought of that fast." I said, "This is not my first rodeo. Okay. This is not the first time I got stuck somewhere."
You know what?
I had to learn how to get out of tighter situations.
I'm just glad I've never put myself through that. Cause I've never had one of those moments. Nope.
Baby, remember I had one recently down the street.
Yeah. He came here and woke me up about it, and I was pissed off. You know when you in a good dream, oh, everything is going right, and here comes some bitch knocking on your door, and I mean just, Kevin, what? You had to tell somebody. That's how irritated you was.
Yes, because I was so irritated coming through the front door. Why are you here?
Too early in the morning. I'm dealing with this.
These.
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
That's why I said just leave me in the hotel.
Yeah.
I don't have time. First of all, gaining weight, and my ankles are so bad.
Baby, all this weight. Can you imagine this fat stomach climbing over somebody's gate?
Just trying to land on the ground, make sure you don't fuck your ankles up.
Listen,
or your knees.
I had cut myself, I scraped myself.
Look at that! I'm done with you.
It was deeper than this too.
Oh, you gotta stop. You gotta be stopped.
I do.
Just go in that car and find a duck. Okay? It's not like a good old ducky spot.
Yes, it is. I was there yesterday. Oh, shut up, Michael.
We're gonna get caught. Nobody come down this block. And sure enough, nobody came down that block.
All right, come on. John Singleton.
No, we're done with John Singleton. K. Michelle. Speaking of K. Michelle, I was gonna think of something, but I ain't gonna say it. K. Michelle was in Nashville, and someone sent me this video of K. Michelle on the stage. First of all, she went up to the stage uninvited. She had one of these in her hand. I have a water ice in. I don't know who was performing, but she went to Nashville and told them motherfuckers that she could sing better than any white girl from Nashville.
What? But what event was this that she did this at?
I don't know what it was. This is the video that I seen. It said like Nashville something.
If the information.
But she let them know that she's a black girl who can definitely sing, and she will outsing any white Nashville girl. She's the next Taylor Swift. She's working with Chris Stapleton, or she has his approval, and all of this stuff. Now, see, K. Michelle, I'm here for you wanting to have this. And she's like, I have 3 Billboard #1 albums.
She was at a local Nashville hotspot, so probably just who knows.
But my thing is, it's race is going to play a part, but you don't have to bring up how you can sing better than a white country girl. Just say, you know, you're an R&B star, but you definitely wanted to sing country, and you know you got it in you, and give them something. But see, you went up there and you start letting your drink do your talking, and your ego get in the way. And you could have turned off a lot of. You know, one thing about white people, they are consistent when it comes to supporting their artists.
Yes, they are.
Especially someone like Taylor Swift.
And she said to them, when I say I'm the next motherfucking Taylor Swift, it's not a motherfucking joke.
That's right.
I'm black as shit, and I listen to City Girls, and I curse motherfuckers out.
Yes, she did.
That was her drink.
Yes. Like, they don't even know who the fuck City Girls are.
No! And they don't City Girls, they don't figure out who the fuck you are.
And then she said, I know how to play a goddamn guitar. Like, okay.
Well, I'm not going to nobody's show to listen to nobody play a guitar.
But I do want to see her have her gospel, her country dreams. I do want to see her have it fulfilled.
That's not the way to go at it.
It's not the right way to do it. She just did it the wrong way.
Yeah,
and K. Michelle knows she's too old to be doing that.
Yeah.
Now, you could call me and curse me out, K. Michelle, but
that's not the right way to do that, K.
No. Shit, you could have probably duet with K Michelle or somebody, something. But you would want to say that you made it in Nashville without the assistance of K Michelle. Just say you did that shit on your own. And I know it's gonna be tough
without the assistance of Taylor Swift.
Yeah, but and she can. I know she could. If she put her mind. First of all, we can put her mind anything. We can do anything we want.
Mm-hmm.
But Kay, you don't want to turn people off before they even get to know who the fuck you
Who
are.
you are, right?
They probably looked at her. Yeah, I'm like, who the fuck is this bitch? Like what? And then you talking about white people, and you know someone don't like us anyway.
How did you go over there and do that?
Just say you can sing better than any country bitch.
See, people that do stuff like that, they put you in a situation where then these white folks come out and start saying crazy stuff. Them white folks was where they was at, minding their fucking business, not worrying about nobody, not worrying about K Michelle, probably not even worrying about Taylor Swift, not worrying about nobody. They just wanted to get drunk because that's all they do is get drunk and sing country tunes. Yeah. And you know what? Let them do that because they over there minding their goddamn business. Yeah. And then here comes K fucking Michelle with a cup in her hand. Drunk as a skunk. First of all, why was she even in there?
She probably was there.
Who had to go to the bathroom, and then she pulls up and says, "You know what? I'm gonna go to fucking here and show my ass." Why are you in there?
I don't know. She's from Memphis, right? So I mean,
yeah, but why is she in that particular establishment?
Because she went there to let them bitches know I'm K
but
why?
Why?
And I can sing better than any white bitch.
Why? Why would you do that? That's like me going to another YouTuber's thing and saying, "Yeah, I'm Mikhail fucking, and I'm from the Square Picture, and I've been doing this for 11 fucking years." Bitch. Like, who does that? You don't do that.
Yeah, I'm ready to
Why would you do that? Did I miss something?
Wait until you watch the video. Wait till you watch the video.
And what was the white people saying that?
No,
they was quiet and trying to figure out who she's.
First of all, the man she took the mic from, he was like, "Bitch, what?" Like,
right? Yeah.
He grabbed that mic, say, "I'm K Michelle." Said the same thing twice, and then went on her rant.
And you know what? When she left off those stages, those white people probably jumped on Google so fast.
Yeah, she kept saying Google man. She said Google man.
Yeah, because people were so confused. Who is she?
I got 3. She said I currently have 3 Billboard #1 albums. No, you don't. You're not currently on there, but you just said you had 3 Billboard #1 albums.
So she up your line, huh? Oh, so you fibbing?
I love K Michelle.
That's a shame, Kevin. It's not funny.
It's not, because them country people gonna remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they let me supporting her. She don't like white people. Shut up.
Poor K Michelle.
So yeah, and I got a lot of people behind me.
That's a meme now. Where it says nobody and then K Michelle. Yeah. Because nobody was even thinking about you. That's a shame. Literally. Like, come on, K Michelle, don't do that.
Yeah, but I love me some K Michelle.
Yeah, what do you do that for? Yeah. Go sit down.
So, some more sad news, but this more positive. Larry King, I'm about to say Larry King live. Larry King and Peebo Bryson have both been hospitalized. Over the weekend, Larry King suffered a heart attack, and Peebo Bryson...
He's like damn near 90, ain't he?
Yes, 85. Peebo suffered a mild heart attack, but they're both responsive and doing well. And I believe that Larry King will be released later today. And Peebo Bryson, if you don't know any Peebo Bryson song, I know you know A Whole New World, and I know that you know with Beauty and the Beast with Regina Bell. I know you, or that could have been Celine Dion. I might got them mixed up.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, Peebo Bryson, the black guy. Yeah. Beauty and the Beast. No, you're right. With Celine Dion.
Yeah, and then
Tale as old as time.
In A Whole New World.
But they're saying that Larry King did not suffer a heart attack. He suffered chest pains, but and this is an hour ago.
It's not a heart attack.
Yeah, he had a procedure, but he did not have a heart attack.
They say he was like on his way to the doctors when he started suffering from a heart attack, but now they changed it. Okay, well that's good because they're both like I know they're probably still trending on Twitter, and I was like, Peebo Bryson, what the fuck is they? You know, when you don't see a name in a long time and you've never seen the trending on Twitter, you think
like K Michelle.
Yes.
Now shout out to Peebo. Baby.
He got that song from the 90s, Can You Stop the Rain?
Baby, can you stop?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that was the song back in the day.
Of course I know.
Yeah, on late nights.
You know how many rains I was?
Can you stop? Open your mouth and let it rain. Right. Let me stop being nasty. Kim Fox. Sorry, y'all. This white ice is really good with this little cocktail. Kim Fox, the the Illinois State Attorney who dealt with Jussie Smollett being released, she is being subpoenaed by a retired judge who filed a petition to get a special prosecutor to look into what happened. I didn't even know a retired judge could do this. And she also wants all of the original documents to make sure that none of them had been altered or disposed of. And she filed a notice to appear for Jussie to come to court this Thursday, which is May the 2nd, to come. The Kim Fox was saying that, you know, she did an op-ed saying that the case was already fucked up once they started talking in the media. Eddie Johnson messed it up, talking to the media about things and all of that stuff. All I know is that it looks like Jussie got off real easy. He did get off easy. We'll never know if he did it or not. I don't think. I don't know what we're gonna find out with this subpoena and Kim Fox being looked into. But I believe that we have all moved on from this situation. You either going to think that Jussie is guilty or he's not guilty. But I think more in the public court of opinion, he's more guilty than innocent. And you don't hear a lot of people talking of his innocence. It's rare that I hear and gay people talk. You know, not that it matters, but when I talk to gay people about it, you know, a lot of people think that he did it. And it is what it is. But she's going to be subpoenaed. I don't know what they're going to find out. I know they've seen the text messages. Some text messages that come out. She was supposed to have recused herself, but she was still helping other workers on this case. But she was recused. I don't know, but I'm tired of talking about Jussie Smollett. I'm tired of talking about it.
That's why I'm not saying anything.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired of it too.
I'm tired of it.
Next.
Meek Mill. The judge, Janice Brinkley. I think it's time for her to loosen the reins on Meek Mill. He's been out of jail for almost a year now, and we haven't heard anything negative at all. Once he started getting Robert Kraft and the owner of the Sixers and going around talking about prison reform, we haven't heard not one bad thing. Not even his crew, which is rare, because you know his crew normally get into a fight with somebody. He's been doing his thing, doing bikes, buying bikes and Christmas gifts for everybody. He just does what he do. I can't wait to watch his special that comes on Amazon Prime. But the judge refused to let him go to Toronto to support the Sixers. But she's been supporting him, you know, letting him go all these other places, but you won't let him go to Toronto. It just makes this judge look petty. And just say let the man do his thing. If he's coming to court for approval, just approve it and go ahead about your business. It's not stopping. Excuse me. It's not stopping what you do. He's out here doing his damn thing. He's out of trouble, so leave him alone. And when is he going to ever get off of this a probation? He's been on probation for 12 years. Like this got to stop. It really has to stop. And I can't believe that I'm getting on here like being so supportive of him, but he really hasn't been a problem at all. He released a new album and every fucking thing. Let that man do his thing. Let him enjoy himself. Joe Biden. Joe Biden is the 20th candidate, Democratic candidate, to announce that he's running for president. And, you know, we all found out about it last week, but we didn't get a chance to discuss it. I'm happy he's running, but I don't want Joe to be one of those people that be like, I said what I said and I ain't changing it when it comes to this Anita Hill situation. I think that Joe needs to have a serious conversation with black women, and they said he hired Simone Sanders. He really needs to understand what happened over 25 years ago. He doesn't really get it. He doesn't get it at all. He went on The View to explain why he felt that he wasn't being mean. It doesn't matter if you felt that you were not being mean to her, or you know what she went through. She wasn't believed. You guys didn't show anything that you cared about the situation. It was like she was just out there embarrassing herself, and no one defended her or stood up for her.
But I'm confused because I watched him on The View, and I'm trying to figure out what more is it that people want him to say, because he's had a private conversation with her,
and she said it wasn't enough.
Well, I mean,
I don't think
we want him to apologize.
Yeah.
We want him to apologize to her. He did that, but now she's saying that it's not enough. Okay, you think that it's not enough. Fine. But then what is it that you want him to say? Because he's already said, listen, he's made it very clear that he got it wrong. I got it wrong. First of all, I did not vote for Clarence Thomas. I didn't want him on there. But my part in this, I got it wrong. I should have been a little bit more sympathetic to you and he's said that. He said all of that. But now I'm trying to figure out what more does the public want from him. Just like I'm trying to figure out what more does Anita Hill want from him. Because while he was the chairman of that committee at that time, it's like, okay, Clarence Thomas is the justice. He's been a justice for 20-something years now. What do we want Joe Biden to say?
I think that Joe Biden needs to take more accountability. And the only reason why is because now we are in this Me Too movement.
Yes.
You see, it didn't matter 8 years ago, well, 12 years ago when he was with Obama. Like, nobody was talking about that. But you have a man that wants to run for president, and we are in a state of Me Too, and he's not really a part of it, but they're trying to get him caught up because he's an affectionate person when it comes to hugging and touching people.
See, but I think that
but he needs
we're asking, first of all, Joe Biden has done way more and said way more than what Donald Trump has said in his past 3 years as president.
Yeah.
And we all know that Donald Trump has assaulted women because he's even said it out of his own mouth. None of the women who've came out against Joe Biden has said that he's assaulted them. They said that he made them feel uncomfortable, but he's not assaulted them. And none of them have come out and said that they felt as though he wanted to or tried to assault them. They just said that he got a little too close and he made me uncomfortable. Fine. There's a lot of people that get too close to me and make me uncomfortable too. Fine. Whatever the case may be. He's come out and apologized. He said, and I felt so bad when I saw him on The View. Because I'm so used to him in the past coming out and giving them hugs, and he came out and just shook their hands. And then you could see, and then he spoke about it later on an interview. He said, I didn't even know how to come out here and how to greet y'all because in the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't want to, you know what I mean? And I saw that before he said it. I saw it when he came out because I'm like, you're so used to him hugging people. He didn't even do that. The only person he hugged was Megan. Because but it was like he just, and it's so sad because now somebody who, in a time when we need somebody to be affectionate, he can't even be affectionate no more because now if he's too affectionate, people go, but I'm like, okay, Joe Biden has said, I'm sorry. I got it wrong back in 1991. I got it wrong. I should have called more witnesses. I didn't do that. I'm so sorry, Anita Hill. What more do you want now from him? Like, how many times does he have to keep saying sorry before we say, okay, well, we forgive you? Or are we going to keep saying to him, keep saying I'm sorry, and then we totally forget the fact that there's other issues out there, especially when this man has never assaulted anybody. No one's ever come out and said that he assaulted anyone. It's like, we're now not, and I don't mean you, but I'm saying the public, I feel like if the public keeps screaming for him to apologize, it's now going to be more focused on Anita Hill, which the Republicans want us to do. They want us to take that, they want us to focus on that and make him out to be a bad guy.
Yeah.
And then and we're going to fall into that trap, and then it's going to be like, well, damn, Republicans going to say, well, we don't even need to fuck him over because his own people are fucking him over.
That's right, and they're going to fuck him over because you know why? Because black people, anybody can be the president, and we are resilient. But I do feel like some of them, not some of them, like some of us could be like, I'm just not going to vote because X, Y, and Z. And you see, not voting and just saying whatever is why we got Trump. But you know what? We're still here. Right. We are still surviving. We might not like how the taxes is turning out. We might know that Donald Trump is a racist, but we are still here.
Can I ask you a question? Because you're a very smart guy. Why don't people call Bernie Sanders out for that crime bill of 1994, the way they did Hillary Clinton? Or the way they're doing Joe Biden with this whole Anita Hill thing? Why is Bernie Sanders getting the pass? Because he was a part of that too.
I'm not sure why, and I haven't really heard him.
And no one is calling him out on it. Everybody called Clinton out in 2016 for that. Everybody called her out. Now people are calling him, Joe Biden, out for this Anita Hill thing. But Bernie Sanders is getting the pass.
Even Joe Biden's going to have to talk about the crime bill.
He is too, because he was a part of that too.
Yeah.
Because eventually, and that's what I'm saying. Once this Anita Hill thing die down, then that's going to come up too. And it's
well,
like,
you know
oh my God.
Joe Biden has had years to prepare for to talk about this crime bill. He should have been prepared. And when it comes to Anita Hill, I feel like he needs to say, when he talks to her, and you know she said, she still said it wasn't enough. What she needs to do is explain, and what he needs to ask her, what more can I do?
Right.
In 2019, what more can I do to make you feel comfortable?
Right. Or can we work together?
Yes, something.
But they're saying that she's saying, well, I'm not even, and I don't, granted, I don't expect you to come out.
But she's still talking about it.
But you're still talking about it.
Yeah.
So I don't expect you to come out and support him right away, Anita Hill, or at all. But if you're going to keep talking about it, at least say, well, you know what? Let's work together to try to figure this one out.
Yeah.
Because it seems like more pressure, and I guess more pressure is being put on him because he's running for president, which is understandable. And I think that Joe Biden is a very strong man. He's a very smart man, so he can handle that. But I just don't want us as future supporters or voters to be hounding him on this when this man has already come out and he's apologized and he said, you know, listen, I got it wrong. When we have somebody in the White House who has never apologized for assaulting women, and everybody's a liar. Everybody's a liar.
Yeah, so the Republicans know that they can't use that because about, you know, the president. But I just feel like he really he needs to, even if it's a private conversation,
needs to say what it is that
or you know what, it could be other organizations that can sit down and talk to Joe Biden, and he could even, like, this could be much bigger because now you have a presidential candidate willing to talk about what happened on Capitol Hill and why a lot of women still feel uncomfortable coming forward. And maybe they could pass laws in the future. I don't know, but sometimes saying sorry is just not enough, and it's taking action. Like, let's put it like this: remember that time when we didn't understand about that Shea Moisture commercial? And we didn't know nothing about it, but we gave our opinion on it. Everybody said we was wrong as hell. What I did was I reached out to the people that didn't unsubscribe, and I learned more about it, and I learned more about different textures and 4C and 3B. Like, I didn't know none of that shit was out there. To me, I'm just like, why y'all even, like, why y'all tripping? It's just like, it's this apology. I apologize. I didn't know. I did more. I reached out and I learned more, and we never had a problem since. And I think that's what Joe Biden needs to do.
But he's done it.
He ain't doing nothing. Clearly,
he met with her. What does she want?
Talk on the phone.
Okay, but he talked to her.
Well, that's why we didn't ask Anita Hill.
Well, then, ask her. But don't blame him because she's upset. He's already reached out to you. I can see if he didn't even reach out to you. He's only saying he's only apologizing to you on TV. He's reached out to you. He's had a conversation with you. You're still not happy. Okay, you're still not happy. He did his part. So now, if you're still not happy, then tell us what it is that you would like for him to do now. But don't have a conversation with him and then, oh, I'm still not happy. And I'm still not happy with his... It's like, well, what do you want him to say? Because I'm almost certain that if you would have told him that how you really feel, he probably would have said, okay, well, let's work together. But I can't... I'm not going to be...
You know what?
I'm not going to hound him because you're not happy. He's admitted that he was wrong, and that takes a big person to do that. It takes a very big person to do that. He didn't have to do that. And you know why he didn't have to do it? Because our president hasn't done it. Hasn't done it yet. But he's did it. And it's like, okay, Anita Hill, what do you want him to do now? Tell him what you want so that he can work with you.
He's just going to have to make a lot of people happy. And he's probably still going to have to work more to even make black people feel like, you know, feel secure in voting for him and securing him, even secure his nomination to go against Trump. Because at this point, it could be anybody.
Let me tell you something. I will vote for the man on the moon to get Trump out of office.
Yeah. But you know what, though? If we don't start talking to people and telling them to get out there and vote and to register to vote, we're going to be right back where we were.
Well, let me tell you something. This show right here has no problem with doing that.
That's right.
I don't know about other people. But this one right here, we've been doing that for years, since 2008.
Yeah.
So we don't have no problem telling people to go out there and vote.
Yep.
And I'm dead serious with that because I've had numerous of people hit me up and say, "Oh my God, you know, because I watched you and Kevin, I'm now a registered voter." We don't have no problem with that. Sure, I think we probably one of the few ones that talk about stuff like this.
Yeah. And to think about it, you know, that word of mouth is why we won the House last year. Like, people are not happy with how things are turning out, and some people may feel like Joe Biden is too old. Let me tell you something. Joe Biden is going to be the transition. He's going to be the person who leads the Democratic Party, and then he'll have somebody younger, of course. And if he decides to leave or if he dies in office, our country is going to be in good hands with somebody younger. Now, who's going to pick? I don't know. But I just hope that everybody makes smart decisions. I hope that Joe Biden doesn't say anything stupid. He's a Scorpio. We're the same day. And sometimes we can say things. You shouldn't share what's always on your mind, Joe. Just sometimes keep it simple. Just keep that shit simple and keep it moving. Because you don't need no scandals. You don't need anything for the president to get on Twitter and talk about and fire up his base. What we need is somebody to fire up our people to get out there and vote. That's what we need. But you don't have to be an asshole about it. But we do need somebody that can get their people to vote. And I mean, them people defend every fucking lie of the president, and they don't give a fuck. Donald Trump said he could shoot people. He can. He can. They wouldn't care. They would not care.
Right.
But look, y'all, it's been real having these conversations with y'all. We will be back May 2nd with a new video. That's The Rock's birthday. We'll be back May 2nd. So yeah, we'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all be good. I can't wait to read the comments down below, especially on that Joe Biden situation. Yeah, we'll see y'all. Peace.
Ooh.
Excuse me.
Those chips.